These parents expected the courtroom to work in their favor, but one move involving their children backfired instantly. Today's video reveals 8 tense cases where judges refuse to let kids be used as part of the drama.
Mr. Paul, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, my daughter, who's living some type of life that I have no idea what it is, she drops her kids off every day and does what she wants to and doesn't leave any money for food or for any kind of things that the kids need. So I need some help financially because she doesn't give me anything. I mean, just me giving my money out of my pocket that I retired with. So I need some help, seriously.
Okay, and where did you retire from?
From the school district.
Okay. How long were you there?
20 years.
Okay, great. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking in your daughter's kids, because they could be a number of places, but thankfully they're with a grandparent. Ma'am, what do you have to say for yourself? First off, let me ask this question. Is what he just said true?
I mean,
It's a yes or a no. Is what he just said true?
Yes, it's true.
What's wrong with you?
This courtroom doesn't open quietly. It erupts with tension the moment Judge Vonda takes the bench. A retired father steps forward, carrying more than just a case. He's raising 2 grandchildren alone. Day after day, he claims his daughter disappears without support, leaving him to cover everything from food to basic care.
There's nothing wrong with me. It's just stuff I've been needing to do, and I need somebody to watch the kids, so I take them over there.
Every day?
Yes, every day. I don't see the issue.
Excuse me. You all will not address each other. You will address me, okay? And I definitely understand Dad's frustration, and I'm going to ask you too. Every day you have something to do that requires you to be away from your kids. How many kids are we talking?
2.
2. You left 2 kids with him? What do you have to do, ma'am, that's so important every day that you cannot have your own kids?
I gotta make money, so.
Doing what? What do you do for a living?
Whatever I need to do, honestly.
Ma'am, what does that even mean?
I do, little dabble here, little dabble there, just different stuff.
You know what? You obviously came here to waste my time, and I am not about to play with you. What was the last legitimate job that you had?
I was a waitress.
Okay, where?
At a club.
Is that what you call it, waitressing?
Yes, it was waitressing. What else was I doing?
You don't want me to tell you.
I want you to tell me.
The judge cuts straight to the truth, demanding a simple answer, and the daughter doesn't deny it. Yes, the children are dropped off daily. No explanation that holds weight. What starts as an excuse quickly unravels as the judge presses harder, exposing a pattern that feels less like struggle and more like neglect.
She was strolling the streets like a prostitute. I mean, it's like, because you never see her until she dropped the kids off, and then I don't see her for 2 or 3 days.
That's what he heard. He don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Who told him that? The streets?
I guess so. The streets had to tell him, because
I hear the streets tell the truth, right?
Sometimes.
They talk, right?
The streets talk, but sometimes the streets be lying, and that's what they doing.
Well, I don't think they're lying on you now, ma'am. Every day your kids are with your dad? No, ma'am. When you were working at that club, how much money were you bringing home monthly?
Between $7,000 to $8,000 a month.
All right. Okay. And that's all tips?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what I am going to do is base your child support on that $7,000 a month. So that would bring your yearly salary to $84,000 a year. Yeah, you can shake your head all you want to.
Her answers grow vague, scattered, almost evasive. Whatever I need to do, she says, but that only sharpens the scrutiny. Then comes the turning point. A past job surfaces, revealing income far higher than expected, shifting the entire direction of the case.
But that's exactly what I'm going to do, ma'am. This is extremely disappointing that you leave your kids every day with your dad and you're not giving him any type of financial support. What are these kids on, they receive any type of government assistance or anything?
She gets food stamps every month.
Oh,
and I
no,
don't see
ma'am.
any.
You get food stamps? Where are the food stamps going?
At my house.
Who lives in your house besides you that need the food? Because your kid's over here with your dad. You don't give him any money from those food stamps?
No.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. So this is what we're going to do. Salary $84,000 a year. That brings your gross to $7,000. Your net to $5,508.87, which will make your child support obligation $1,377. Now you said that you were receiving. Don't look confused. I don't even want to hear it.
I can't pay that every month.
You were not making those faces when you were out in those streets.
But
so don't come in here trying to make. Excuse me. Don't come in here trying to make those faces. I am not trying to hear it. I've heard enough.
The judge recalculates everything in real time, anchoring the case in cold, hard numbers. An $84,000 yearly income is established. No more ambiguity, no more excuses. At the same time, another contradiction emerges. Government assistance meant for the children, yet the children aren't even in her home.
Your Honor.
And you are in the wrong. Yes, sir.
She has a man living with her too, so just in case you didn't know.
You don't need to tell her who in my house though, Daddy.
You
like
know
for
what?
real.
Okay.
I'm just telling the truth. It is what it is.
It sounds like Daddy telling the truth.
Tattling.
Well, it sounds like he needs to tattletale on you. Somebody need to. You are ridiculous right now. Sir,
Yes.
she receives food stamps, so I'm assuming there is some Medicaid or something these kids are getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So what I'm going to do is do 9% of that $7,000 for your reimbursement to Medicaid. That comes out to $496. So $1,377 plus the $496 reimbursement to Medicaid, that make your total monthly child support obligation $1,873.
I don't even know men that pay that much money every month. So why I gotta pay that every month?
I don't know too many women that just take their kids and go drop them off at their parents' house and they have a whole man staying in the house with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's my dad. Y'all act like I dropped them off with anybody.
These are your kids. Is there anything further, ma'am?
No, I guess I need to go make some money in these streets for that.
Okay, well, you know what? That is your business. As long as these streets pay Pawpaw $1,873 a month in child support. Sir, is there anything further?
No, ma'am. Just happy Mother's Day to you.
Oh. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Now the decision lands with full force. The judge finalizes the obligation, $1,873 every single month, combining support and reimbursement. The reaction is immediate, but the message is sharper than ever. Parenthood isn't optional, and responsibility doesn't disappear just because you walk away from it.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Wilson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I have a son named Tanner Wilson, and he has a daughter with Nikki. And Tanner is in the military. Nikki is off at school, but she's not helping do anything. I've been raising their child for the past 6 months, so I'm not getting any help or assistance or anything from her. Okay. So I need some type of child support from her.
And where is Tanner?
Tanner's in the military.
Oh, he's
in the military.
So when you say he's in the military, he's away in the military?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And Nikki, does she visit with the child? Does she bring you any groceries?
She doesn't do anything. I mean, she went off to school. She's in New York, so she'll come home sometimes and get her on, breaks or something. But half the time when she's home on breaks, I don't even know she's home.
Oh, wow.
So she doesn't really do much of anything for Sterling.
So she will come into town and not see her child?
Yes.
How old is Sterling?
She's 2.
Okay. 2 years old. Does she go to daycare or anything?
Yeah, she goes to daycare, and I pay for all of that.
How much is daycare?
Oh, gosh. $200 a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty expensive.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to Miss Nikki?
I just, see her on all these TikTok videos and on Facebook where she's partying and clubbing. I mean, I get it. You're in college and you want to have fun, but don't forget that you have a responsibility.
This isn't just another courtroom dispute. It's a quiet breakdown of responsibility unfolding in real time. As the doors open, judge steps in, and a grandmother rises with a story that feels heavier than it sounds. What begins as a simple request for help quickly reveals something far more unsettling beneath the surface.
You know, you still have a child at home that needs you. A mother needs some help. You know,
and
so
I agree with that.
Yeah, she just doesn't. She's just not being a good mom right now.
Okay, all right, Miss Nikki, why are you not being a good mom?
It's not that I'm not being a good mom. It's just that I'm in school full time.
Okay,
and
so being in school full time means you can't be a mom.
Well, I'm away at school. So on my breaks, I go home.
Away at school means you cannot be a good mom?
I am a good mom. I am going to school full time. The point is when I got pregnant, I didn't want to have a child. I was in school. I didn't want that for myself.
Okay, but the baby is here now.
She is.
She's 2. So besides going to school, what else do you have that defines you as a good mom?
I mean, I do what I can.
As in what?
As in,
she just said
she's here
that,
now.
Excuse me. She just said that you are not providing any financial information and you barely come to visit the child when you're in town.
Like I said, when I got pregnant, I did not want a baby. She was like, I want a granddaughter. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh, I get it. So because you didn't want Sterling and she did, she is...
The grandmother lays it out. Her son is deployed, the mother is away at school, and for 6 months she's been raising a 2-year-old alone. Every expense, every sleepless night, every obligation, hers. No visits, no financial support, just silence where a parent should be.
We had a
Her
whole agreement before this. Like, she was like, I'll take care of her. I wanted another child.
Right, she will take care of her. I don't
Yes.
believe she thought that she was going to be raising another child on her own. Am I right about that?
Yes.
She
We
is
had
a
this
grandmother.
conversation. I'm in school full time. I told her I
How long do you have left in school?
I have a year left.
So Sterling is going to be with her another year, and then another year, and another year. She's just going to raise the baby.
No, I will have a job by then. I'll be working.
Okay.
She's 2. She won't remember any of this.
I'm just going to play like you did not say that.
She won't. I mean, I when I go home, I see her. We FaceTime. All of that.
You
I mean,
obviously came here to
when
waste my time.
No, I'm not. I mean, I don't understand.
I mean, I don't understand either, because you said as I was saying and you still haven't said anything.
I said what I had to say. I'm in school full time. What do I do?
Take care of your child. You can.
I do the best that I can.
Okay. So is it true what she said about you being on social media, going to clubs and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, I am a influencer. So I try to get
wait
brand
a minute,
deals.
hold on. You said you're in school full time, you don't work?
Correct.
But influencers get paid.
I haven't gotten paid
Come on,
in a
make
while.
it make sense.
I haven't gotten paid in a while.
But you get paid.
Yes.
And you can send money for Sterling, right?
Yes, and I do.
And you don't.
When the judge turns to the mother, the tone shifts. The defense isn't denial, it's detachment. She admits she never wanted the child, framing her absence as circumstance, not neglect. But the reality in the courtroom doesn't bend to intention. The child is here, and so is the responsibility.
I do.
That's not what she just said. Okay. So is she being untruthful?
I do what I can. I am in school full time. I don't know what else. This is so crazy to me, like why we're right here right now, because
we're here right now because grandmother needs some financial assistance for her child.
This life. Grandmother chose the life.
You know what?
I didn't choose this life. However, I love my daughter to pieces. I don't regret anything. However, I would have liked to wait.
So grandmother chose this life.
Yes, grandmother wanted to take care of her. It's okay, I'll take care of her while you're in school. And all of a sudden something changed, which is why we're sitting here now.
Can you believe this?
I really can't. I mean, I expected you to help at least. Of course, I'm not going to.
I have a year left. I do what I can.
So Sterling
so
is
it's a year left of her taking care of your daughter. You and Tanner's daughter.
This is what you wanted.
But I thought you were going to
said that
help
you were
and
gonna
be
take care
I
of
thought
her.
you were going to still be a good mom
Miss
to
Nikki,
Sterling,
you are
though.
so unbelievable right
Yes.
now. You are the mom. She is the grandmother.
Exactly.
What part of that don't you understand?
I understand all of it. We had a whole agreement that she would raise the child until I was out of school. So when I come home, I do see my child. I do.
Barely.
You know what?
But I don't know what changed. I don't know if she got a little boyfriend or something.
What difference would it make if she had a boyfriend? That
Because
is none
she
of your
chose
business.
this life.
Excuse me.
I could've
You
waited.
chose this life. You.
The narrative deepens as an alleged agreement surfaces, an understanding that the grandmother would take over. But under scrutiny, that claim begins to unravel because wanting to help isn't the same as agreeing to replace a parent entirely.
Had the child with Tanner. Miss Wilson, Miss or Mrs., I'm sorry. Miss Wilson did not have the child. You did. The child is your responsibility, not grandmother's. Whether she wanted a grandchild or not. I know a lot of grandparents that say, oh, when are you going to have me a grandchild? I want a grandchild. They never anticipate that phrase to mean I 100% am taking care of the child. You are unbelievable right now.
I'm not. I'm really not.
You really are.
No,
So
I'm
you know
really
what?
not.
What we're going to go ahead and do is get Miss Wilson the proper financial support that she needs to take care of your daughter. So you understand that. Let me repeat it again. Your daughter. So you don't walk out of this courtroom believing that someone else has the obligation of taking care of your child. She does not have to step in and do anything.
She does not, but she
She's
chose
doing
to.
it. She's
so don't
doing
complain
it.
about it now. Don't complain about it now.
Well, you know
chose
what?
to do this.
I don't need you to
didn't-
complain about these numbers when I read them off to you, okay? So, Miss Wilson, Tanner, you say he's in the military. Do you know how much money he makes?
I don't know how much he makes.
Okay. Health insurance. I know typically they have decent health insurance in the military. Do you have any idea of how much that costs?
About 108. Tanner takes care of that part.
Okay. Tanner takes care of that. So let me just make sure I make a note of that.
Then comes the contradiction. A student with no income, not who admits to earning from social media. Nights out, online presence, influence, but no consistent support sent home. The judge cuts through it cleanly. Priorities are being exposed, and they don't align with parenthood.
All right. And mom doesn't do anything.
Nothing.
Okay. And you said that 6
I do a
months the child has been with you?
Yes.
Okay. Daycare is $800 a month. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I'm going to do, when you're influencing, let me ask you a question. How much money are you getting off of that consistently?
Consistently, I would say maybe $2,000 a month.
$2,000 a month? And you haven't sent her anything?
I mean, I had books to pay for.
Right, so your books cost $2,000.
Yes.
Are you getting financial aid from school?
I have maxed out all my financial aid. I maxed out all my loans. I don't know what else to do. I'm doing what I can. Like I said, I'm
Have
doing
you
what I
ever
can.
considered moving from New York? I know it's expensive
No,
to
I
live
have
there.
a huge internship. Why would I? No.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so your internship is more important than raising your daughter.
No, it is not. But I am doing this for my daughter.
Oh, okay.
So
That's what you believe. That's fine.
that is what I know. I'm doing this for my daughter.
Well, what I know is you're getting ready to pay child support. So this is what we're going to do. Since you don't have any financial information on Tanner, we're going to set his child support at minimum wage. We're also going to set your child support at minimum wage, okay? I'm going to order that Tanner maintains the health insurance, and then I'm also going to have you reimburse half of that health insurance back to him.
Now the courtroom shifts from debate to calculation. Expenses are broken down, timelines established, and the absence of support becomes measurable. Step by step, the judge constructs a financial obligation that reflects not excuses, but accountability.
So, I mean, excuse me, no, not reimburse half of it. You're going to reimburse the back pay, because I'm going to order you to pay back pay as well. She said 6 months. She said 6 months. So Tanner is going to maintain the health insurance at 108, okay? There will be no reimbursement on that part of it, because what I'm going to do is have you pay monthly child support and minimum wage, which is $219, as well as back pay to grandmother. So $219 multiplied by the past 6 months, Tanner's portion is $657. Your portion is $657. That's to be paid at $50 per month. So each parent's child support obligation to grandmother is $269 per month.
Are you happy now?
No, are you happy now? I know I'm happy because you're finally supporting your child financially, and grandmother gets some assistance with paying this daycare.
Grandmother wanted a baby. She's grandmother.
And you know what?
This is your part.
And grandmother
so whenever
is here. Excuse me, grandmother's here because she also wanted some financial help. Is there anything further, ma'am?
No, we're done here.
Oh, obviously. Is there anything further?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
The ruling lands with precision. Both parents are ordered to contribute monthly payments plus back pay for the months already lost. The numbers aren't just figures, they're a correction, because in the end, the message is direct. Raising a child isn't optional, and responsibility doesn't wait for convenience.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Easley, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
So I met Nicole about 9 months ago. She normally comes into town when she is here on a traveling assignment, and the lady next door rents out her home to travel nurses. And so over time, we, kind of clicked and we started hanging out. Her children would come over and play with mine, and we just, became really good friends. And so this particular time, she had another assignment somewhere else, and her current nanny wasn't available, and so I offered to keep the kids. I had just finished special agent school and I had some downtime. So she was like, well, it'll be about 6 weeks, but I probably just need you for the 2 weeks, and my other nanny will come and get the kids. And I said, okay, cool. I told her, a price. We kind of made the arrangements, and then over time, after the first week, I didn't hear from her. She didn't.
Wait a minute. So after a week of you having her children, she didn't call you, she didn't check on them, no FaceTime,
I couldn't get her on the phone. I would call, I would send her a text, the kids would even call. I think that the 10-year-old has a phone. He even tried to call. She just wasn't available.
And their ages are 10 and
7.
10 and 7, okay.
Boy and girl.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the first week, I was like, okay, well, maybe she's just busy. I know nurses, they work 12-hour days. Cool. The second week came around, I didn't get the next payment. The next payment would have been through Venmo. She didn't send me no money. She didn't send the payment. I still couldn't get her on the phone. So at the time, my fiance had just got back in town, probably a couple days after she had left. And I kind of was telling him about what was going on, and he, was like, well, just give her some time, and, just...
This wasn't supposed to become a custody battle. It started as a simple favor, but by the time this case reached Judge Vonda, the lines between trust and betrayal were already blurred beyond recognition. What looked like kindness was about to unravel into something far more calculated.
To me, nonchalant about it in a way. And so he ended up having to go back out of town for an emergency work trip. And so I remember when he left, that next week when I couldn't get on the phone again, I happened to just call him and I couldn't get him on the phone. And I was just like, okay, something isn't right. My detectors went off, and
Mine
I was
are
like,
too.
okay. So I ended up pulling his location, and I realized they were in the same state.
Oh.
I said, well, maybe that's a coincidence. He travels a lot,
He travels a lot.
He travels a lot.
She travels a lot.
She's a travel nurse. She should only be at the hospital. She shouldn't be anywhere else. But they both
who's
travel
to say
a lot.
where I should be, but okay. Well, who's to say you should wait your turn?
And so, so I end up, I remember I end up FaceTiming him, and he didn't answer, which is unusual because he would call every night, he would check in. The communication is never our issue. So once, the next day, now we're probably 2.5 weeks in, I got him on the phone that Wednesday morning, and I happened to hear her in the background.
Keep going.
And so I asked, I said, where you at? He said, I'm getting ready to go into a meeting. And I said, oh, okay. I said, oh, okay. And I left it at that.
Oh, wow. I've never held my teacup this long.
So now we're going on, probably now we're 2.5 weeks in. And so I decided to call her again. She ends up calling probably that afternoon. And was like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I've been working and it's just been crazy at work, and you know, I'm sorry about the kids. And so I was like, well, where you say you was at again? And she told me where she was at, and I was just like, well, what happened to the nanny that was supposed to be coming?
Miss Easley recounts how a brief agreement turned into silence. 2 children left in her care, while their mother vanished without calls, payments, or concern. Days turned into weeks, and what should have been temporary began to feel dangerously permanent.
And I said, I thought I might have heard Michael in the background. Are you sure? You know, you at work? And she kind of got an attitude and got real defensive. And I said, I'm at work, and you know, you offered to do the kids, and I'll get you your money, and just
the audacity.
Yeah.
You're keeping her kids,
all of that,
and you have kids of your own.
Kids of my own.
Wow.
So and they're older, so I don't, you know, have that problem. So for her to do that, I was like, okay. So then now we're on the third week. No, nanny didn't show up. I still haven't received payment, and I sent her a text. I was like, look, you need to make an arrangement for your children. I did this out of the kindness of my heart. You know, you got to figure out something. Didn't get a response back. So I ended up getting my fiance back on the phone, and we ended up getting into it. And I said, I asked him the same thing. Where you say you was at again? And I said, well, I talked to Nicole. She said you was with her. I played the reverse psychology thing.
Right.
And he said, huh? Uh-huh. And I said, Nicole said you was with her. You on a work trip? Did you invite her? And so for him, he was like, well, no, man, she popped up on me. And so he didn't know that I really never spoke to her.
Wait a minute. So he went on a secret rendezvous trip with Nicole here.
They both left.
Didn't. Excuse me.
I don't even know if she
I was speaking. Hold on 1 second. I was speaking to her. I'll get to you in just a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so I don't even know if she really was at work. At this point now, me and him into it, I'm about ready to go drop her kids and my kids off somewhere and get in my car and get on the road. So at this point...
You didn't do that, did you?
Then something didn't sit right. The fiance suddenly distant, the missing calls, and a location that raised more questions than answers. When the truth started slipping through the cracks, it pointed to a connection no one expected.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. You kind of hesitated.
I'm a changed woman. Yeah, I'm a changed
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm a special agent now, so I have to always think about the things that I do before I do them.
Absolutely.
Right. So yeah, so that's kind of what happened, and so I'm bringing her here today for non-payment and for the damages that her children caused in my home during their stay.
Okay, so are her children still with you?
They are. She has not came. I can't get in touch with family.
So wait a minute. You have been raising her children all of this time?
All of this time?
No.
Wow. Is there anything else you want me to know? Because Chatterbox over here, she keeps interrupting. So I guess she has a lot she wants to say.
No, just besides, I really just want her to get the kids or find a family, find somebody to come get them. I'm not going to put the children out on the street. You know, that's just not me. But, you know, she needs to come get her kids. The damages, they damaged my garage door. They have just been little rugrats and just tearing up the home, markers on the walls, and damaged the cabinets, and the bathroom faucet is hanging off the faucet wall now.
What kind of kids are these?
The toilet is damaged because they would put tissue in there, and then
Probably her kids.
It was just a mess. Mine is 14.
And
Okay, is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
No, that's it for now.
Okay, all right. Now it's your turn.
hi, Judge.
Hi.
I just want to first of all say yes, she is a special agent and she uses her job on a daily basis. She wants to be in everybody's business. And
I just have one question though. Was your location really where Michael was?
yes.
A single phone call changed everything. A voice in the background confirmed her suspicions. Her fiancé and the children's mother were in the same place. What was framed as coincidence now looked like deception unfolding in real time.
Oh,
It was.
so you did run off in the
So
sunset
there
with
was
her
no
man.
pop-up. I don't pop up on people.
Right, you just show up.
No, I was already there. Yes. When he came,
So
I was
y'all
already...
planned this.
No, I didn't plan anything.
So tell me how that came about that you all just so happened to be in the same place.
I am on my assignment, so I'm already stationed to where
Well, we
I was.
understand your
And
assignment. We do.
I don't know how he came to be in the same city as mine. I don't know how his job works, but he ended up being in the same city as mine. I have made payments to her. They have a joint account, so it's not my responsibility if he gets the money out before she notices it's there.
That doesn't make sense. Why would you be making deposits in their joint account
for keeping the kids.
No. Wouldn't it make sense for you to just give it directly to her?
Well, that was the agreement that I was to send the money through the account, not exchange of any cash.
So did you tell Michael that the money you were depositing were for their kids?
Yes,
for your
both
kids,
aware
I'm
of
sorry.
that. They were both aware of what the money was going for. I'm not just going to be sending money to a guy. That makes no sense to me. But yes, I was sending her money. She volunteered to watch the kids.
She volunteered to watch them for a temporary basis,
correct.
Not weeks, not months, not to still have them.
Yes, but did she tell you that whenever I would call and tell her that my nanny wasn't available or my contract was...
Meanwhile, the responsibility never left her hands. Feeding, caring, and managing not just her own home, but someone else's children without support. Damage piled up, frustration grew, yet she refused to abandon the kids caught in the middle.
Extended, that she was like, oh, that's no problem.
Well, I think the only reason she said that is like she said, she didn't want to put the kids out on the street. That doesn't cue you to say, oh, well, let me just leave my children there, right?
Well, if someone's telling you that's no problem, let them stay, and I'm in a whole nother state, no, I wouldn't want my kids out on the street. But
so
if
you
she's
took that as,
telling me.
You took that as let them stay permanently?
No.
While you and Michael run off in the sunset?
No, my assignment is only 6 weeks.
Okay, but after 6 weeks, you still didn't go back and pick them up?
My assignment got extended, and when we communicated with each other, she said that was fine. It was extended 2 more weeks. I'm not going to leave my kids with someone permanently.
Okay, it sounds like you've done that, and that's the reason that she's here. I mean, we can't necessarily award damages or anything, but you can definitely be placed on child support if your children are going to remain living with her.
They will not.
She's assuming the parental role of them every single day based on what she said.
Voluntarily.
You voluntarily gave them up.
No.
Yes,
I can get my kids.
Yes, you did.
I can get my kids.
Well, it's a little too late for that. You can go pick them up. Yes. But as of today, because they've been with her, how long have they been with you now at this point?
Now, 3rd month.
3 months? Mm-hmm. 3 months. And they've been living with you?
I've been feeding, caring.
And you're still on assignment?
I am.
Okay, you obviously came here to waste my time because you are definitely going to be paying her some sort of support.
In addition to what I've been paying her?
When Nicole finally speaks, the narrative shifts. She claims payments were made, responsibilities shared, and extensions agreed upon. But under scrutiny, her explanations begin to collapse, raising more contradictions than clarity.
How much have you been paying her?
She gets $250 a week.
$250 a week for a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old?
Yes.
She's blowing that in 2 days on groceries.
Yes, but that's what she wanted. That's what she...
Yeah, you came here to waste my time. You playing baby games. No, we're not going to do this. What we are going to do is put you on child support. Since your children have been living with her this entire time, she's been taking care of them. It doesn't seem like you have any intentions on coming back after your assignment keeps getting extended.
But I'm getting them next week.
Right. On an extended assignment.
Right.
Right.
But I have a nanny.
Okay, well, when you get them back, then you can come back to court and say something different. But until then, I want to make sure that she is at least getting some sort of financial support, because you haven't gotten them before now. You're only saying that because you're in court today. I've seen that before. You have to know, I've heard that song and dance. Yeah, that's not going to work. So, how much money do you make a year?
$90,000.
Okay. $90,000 you sent her? Nothing. $250 a week. How much is health insurance?
$250 a month.
And you're paying that, correct?
Correct.
All right. So, your gross is $7,250. You have 2 children. Do you have any other children outside of these 2?
No, I do not.
All right. So that brings your net to $5,667.87. We take that number.
The judge cuts through the noise with precision. Intentions don't outweigh actions, and excuses don't replace accountability. 3 months of care, 0 consistency from the parent. It paints a picture the court can't ignore.
By 25%, that brings your monthly child support to $1,417. And I gave you credit to your $250 health insurance.
What was the number?
About right.
Did you need me to repeat it or say it louder?
Please.
Okay, it's $1,417 per month.
But the kids won't be with her.
Well, they are for now, and they have been for the past 3 months. And your assignment with your assignment with your job got extended. So until you pick them up, that's what the situation will be. Now, if you decide to go pick them up and you keep them, right, don't take them back to her, then it can change. But until then, that's what we're going to do.
I'm glad that, I'm not married to him, because I'll be asking for spousal support. I heard she's pregnant.
Oh.
So that number sounds about right.
She hears a lot.
Well, it doesn't sound like you disagree with anything she said. Yeah, it's right. Is there any other questions?
No questions.
Okay. Do you have anything
No,
further?
thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
The decision lands with weight. Financial responsibility is recalculated and reality is enforced. Until those children are truly back in her care, support isn't optional, it's mandatory. In the end, this wasn't just about money, it was about responsibility catching up with neglect.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Adams?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I've decided that I need a little more money a month with the child that we have, so that's why I'm here.
All right. So currently, how much are you receiving?
I think it's about minimum wage.
Okay, so about what, $213 or so, something like that?
Yes, around that area.
All right. How old is the child?
She's 5.
Okay. Does mom give anything extra? Has she been doing anything extra?
No. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
So how did you all get to this point? She's on minimum wage child support. Was she working previously?
She was working previously, and then she quit the job, I want to say. I can't really get that backstory out of her, but we had to separate, Your Honor. I couldn't do it anymore.
You couldn't do what anymore?
I couldn't be with her. She started to get very just abusive for what it is.
In a tense courtroom before judge, support court comes to order as a child support matter is brought forward. The father steps in, claiming the current payment is far too low to meet his child's needs. What starts as a simple request quickly opens the door to a deeper family conflict.
My breaking point, she went upside my head because I couldn't put her food in the microwave.
Oh wow. This lady did that?
Your Honor.
She looks so sweet.
No, you darn near need to get the bailiff in here. I can't. She's very abusive. She can play the funk.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna throw nothing at me, are you?
No, ma'am. No.
Okay. Well, he said you went upside his head. I just want to make sure you don't try to go upside mine.
It was a rough day that day, Your Honor.
I'm diagnosed bipolar, and I was just having a really rough day, and our child, she was just really just crying all day, and I just needed a little bit of help, and he was just saying he couldn't help me at home, and so that's why I just kind of acted out.
Oh, okay. So it was an isolated incident?
Huh?
Was it an isolated incident?
I'm sorry, when she get her foot going like that, I just... Say it again.
Was it an isolated incident?
What do you mean, isolated?
Like, did that happen one time?
No.
She's gone upside your head numbers of times.
Numbers, dozens.
It's because he let my medication, I was off my medication, and he said he couldn't pay for it because it was too expensive.
The judge turns to the history between the parents, where the father describes a toxic and unstable past relationship. The mother responds, admitting she has struggled with mental health and medication issues during difficult moments. Both accounts reveal a broken home built on ongoing tension.
You know, but I'm back on my medication now, and he said we were going to try and work things out. I still love him. I mean, look at him. He's a fine-looking man, and I love our child. And
he's a nice-looking guy.
I really want to work it out, and I just got this new job. And
tell me about that new job.
Well, I'm a manager at a fast food restaurant.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get back on my feet, and but I got a lot of debt, so I have to save that money, and I don't feel like I can pay more child support right now.
How much are you making now at your new job?
I'm making $55K.
$55,000. That's a lot from where you're at now.
I didn't have anything before, and I just have a lot of the credit card debt.
Okay.
And health debt, with my medication and my visits.
I understand. You understand that he has things that he needs to pay for you all's daughter, right?
Yes.
And I can only imagine $200 or so for a 5-year-old is not cutting it.
It's not.
You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's only fair that your child support is increased.
Focus shifts to income, where the father explains he has recently started earning around $55,000 a year. Despite this, he argues that debt and financial pressure limit what he can contribute. The judge listens as responsibility and financial reality begin to clash.
Because your income has changed and you have the means now to support your daughter a little bit better. Now, that's not to say, I understand that you have debt. I understand that you have things that you have to pay for, but with what's in the best interest of the child, your child support should be increased. You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is your daughter involved in any extracurricular activities or anything?
Yes, she's in ballet.
Ballet, okay. How much is ballet?
It comes to about, I want to say, about $200 a month.
$200 a month? Okay. And she goes throughout the year?
Yes.
Okay. What about health insurance?
I pay health insurance.
All right. How much is health insurance?
It's about $222 a month.
All right. Can mom attend any?
No.
Ballet? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. So mom has supervised visits.
Yes.
Okay.
Attention moves to the child's needs, including ballet classes and monthly medical-related costs. The judge makes it clear that raising a child comes with real, ongoing expenses that cannot be ignored. The courtroom tension builds as numbers are laid out.
Interesting. All right. So this is what we're going to do, ma'am. We are going to adjust your child support so that it increases to reflect what it should be based on your new income. You testified that your new amount was $55,000. That would bring your gross to $4,580, bringing your net to $3,504. You only have one child? This is your only child?
Yes, okay. Your Honor.
So that's going to be based on 20%, which brings your child support amount to $700.80. Now you do have to reimburse dad for the health insurance. Okay? So that $780 plus the $222 for health insurance reimbursement. That brings your monthly obligation to $922.80 per month. Okay? You understand that?
Can I just mention one thing, Your Honor?
Sure.
Reggie,
After reviewing all details, the judge delivers the ruling, recalculating support based on the father's updated income. Child support is increased to reflect his earning ability, bringing the monthly total to $922.80, including insurance reimbursement. The decision is firm and final.
you know, he's a used car salesman, and he sold me this discounted car, and it's just a junk car, and I've been having so many bills from this car.
Okay.
And I just had it in the shop, and it was $750.
All right.
Because it's just breaking down, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford all this, because he's the one who sold me this and said it was a good car.
So, what did you want me to do about it?
I sold her that car.
Well, here's the deal. I don't even need your defense because I didn't need her story. It doesn't have any impact on what it is that I have to do. This isn't a divorce where, you know, we're in a temporary orders hearing and we're talking about splitting debts and anything like that. So it's irrelevant to what we're doing here today. However you have to take care of that expense, that's how you're going to have to handle it. And if the two of you have an issue that ends up having to result in litigation, that'll be done in a different court. Okay? So as of today, your child support has been increased to $922.80. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
A brief attempt is made to raise an unrelated car issue, but the judge shuts it down immediately as irrelevant to the case. The focus remains strictly on the child's welfare and financial responsibility. With that, the matter is closed, leaving a clear message that support must always match a parent's ability to provide.
You all may be seated. Okay. Is it Mrs. Hollins?
Miss
Hollins. Miss Hollins, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. My sister-in-law, I've had her child for 7 years, and
7 years?
Yes. She was incarcerated for about 3 of those years, along with my brother, the daddy of the child. And she's turned her life around, and she's working, but I'm not receiving any child support, and I'm not asking for 7 years worth of child support. But Stevie is 9 years old, and she needs dresses and stuff, and she's at that age that she needs more things, and so I need help. You know, I'm a vice principal, and I make okay, but I do need the help.
I definitely believe you need help as well. Ma'am?
Well, I think we all need help in this world. I mean, truthfully.
Okay.
You know.
Well, everybody in this world is not Stevie's mom, okay? So let's talk about Stevie.
So
what is your plan in terms of financial support? Did you have any plans to give any financial support?
Well, first off, I have 3 daughters, including Stevie, and
okay, yes, congratulations.
Well, okay, but Stevie is my pride and my joy, and I understand that she wants her dresses, and she wants her nails painted, and she wants her hair made. But there's just certain things you just can't get in life. You can't get everything that you want. Well, you shouldn't get everything that you want.
Food, clothes.
Yeah, the necessities, ma'am.
All right, let's dive into this case as judge enters the courtroom and the room is called to order. What unfolds today centers around a child named Stevie and a financial dispute years in the making. The judge makes it clear from the start, this hearing is not about emotions, but about responsibility and what the law demands moving forward.
What do you, ma'am, excuse me. I need you to address me.
Sorry.
You do not need to address her. Okay?
Okay.
So you do understand why you're here today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me why you're here.
I'm here because she wants more money.
She wants more money or she wants some money? Because it's my understanding
she wants more.
No, ma'am. It's not agreed to take care of your child. You understand it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And your brother, you said, is incarcerated?
Yes, ma'am.
So she's not able to get any money from him, so
and she's
winner,
the
winner,
reason
chicken
he's
dinner.
in jail.
Oh, she's the reason. Okay. Well,
That's not true.
Yes, Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, Bonnie and Clyde. You know, I don't even want to get into that because those names do not have anything
well, I can think of another name
attached to
against
them.
me, but it's not Bonnie.
Ma'am, listen.
Yes, ma'am.
You're here today because you're going to pay her some child support. I do not care about your Bonnie and Clyde rendezvous you had beforehand, okay? We're here today for the support of Stevie, all right? So I have it here that you are a Derby, you work in the Derby?
Yeah.
Would you explain that to me? What did you do?
I am a roller derby queen.
Okay, so let's talk about that queen. What throne do you sit on?
So it's this amazing sport. Everybody should be able to do it at least one time in their life.
Okay.
And
you're paid money to do it, correct?
Well, yes.
Okay.
The case begins with a woman explaining she has been raising Stevie for nearly 7 years, while the child's parents were both in and out of incarceration. During that time, she carried the full burden alone. Now that life has changed and the mother is working again, the support for Stevie has still not followed, leaving major gaps in the child's needs.
How much are you paid to do this?
Well, about $48,000 a year.
Okay. And $48,000 a year.
Right.
As a roller derby queen.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have not been paying child support for your child.
Well, she has Stevie and I have my other 2 kids.
So that makes a difference? It doesn't change your obligation?
School, she'd be in detention.
That does not change your obligation to Stevie. You understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay. I also see here that you are in school.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you in school for?
I would really like to be a social worker.
So a reformed Bonnie and Clyde now social worker?
Well, everybody's got dreams.
Okay, well, God bless those children. All right. So let's talk about your money that you're going to be paying, okay? Is that your only source of income?
Yes.
Okay. So $48,000, I have your gross at $4,000. Which your net is $3,349.88. Okay?
Can you round that down to like 69 cents?
Can you get a job that pays less? Because it's based on a calculation. I don't have anything to do with that.
Oh.
You make $48,000 a year, your net is based on that $4,000 amount gross after taking out taxes. You understand that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who covers health insurance?
The mother defends herself, pointing to her other children and financial pressure, arguing she cannot simply meet every demand. But the judge quickly draws the line. Having multiple responsibilities does not remove the legal and moral duty owed specifically to Stevie.
I do.
Okay, how much is health insurance?
$120 a month.
Is that for the child only, or is that including?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have you reimburse that to her, okay? Yes, ma'am, you looking really confused right now, and I have no idea why you are, because as a part of your child support obligation, you have to cover health insurance.
But Stevie don't really get very sick.
Whether she gets sick or not, that has nothing to do with health insurance. You understand how health insurance work, right? Are they teaching you that in school?
We haven't got to that chapter yet.
Okay, well, you started a little early in my courtroom. Health insurance is required, okay? So when I add that to your child support obligation, your obligation before the reimbursement was $586.23. You add $120, that brings your child support obligation to $706.23.
Kick in the bucket, that's a lot.
Well, and I gave you, guess what? I gave you credit for the other children that you have as well. Okay, so $706.23. Any questions?
Do you accept Monopoly money?
No, she does not accept Monopoly money. You cannot deposit it into an actual bank.
Yes, Judge. Is there any way I can keep her
Yes,
from...
you're accepting Monopoly money?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, yes, Judge, is there any way she can keep her away from Stevie? You see this kind of person she is? I don't think that's a good influence for Stevie.
Well, that's not a matter before me. That's not something that I necessarily deal with.
Stevie is my baby.
Okay. Ma'am, please don't address her. Please do not address her. That's a different matter that has nothing to do with this court.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
just here
Thank you.
specifically for the money. Ma'am, I'm not gonna touch that situation at all, okay? Anything concerning your daughter and keeping her away from you, that has nothing to do with me, okay? Okay? If nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Your Honor.
As financial details come under review, the court identifies the mother's income from roller derby, along with her additional commitments as a student. The judge carefully breaks down the numbers, cutting through excuses and focusing strictly on verified earnings, obligations, and legal calculations.
Mr. Walker, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Thank you, Your Honor. For the past year, I have been paying child support to my ex-wife, Jennifer. Currently, our daughter is in my mother's custody, and I'm bringing this case.
Wait. Why is your daughter in your mother's custody?
So she was initially in my custody, but before this year, I was a teacher, and I got promoted to principal. But I'm now working at a school that's on the other side of town. I wanted to make sure that my daughter stayed in the school that she's in because she has been there for the past 4 years, and I wanted to make sure that, well, she's been in that district for the past 4 years, and I wanted to keep her development because I agree with the education plan that they have there. So I took the job because it was more money and it was a better career for me. And
more money, so should you be paying more in child support then? Making more money?
Well, I think that I should be paying my mother the child support. Currently, I'm paying my ex-wife the child support, and I have no idea where those funds are going.
How much do you pay in child support?
$500 a month.
Okay. Continue.
And so she's in my mother's custody right now. My mother is retired. We had the conversation. We had an amicable conversation about my daughter living with my mother because she is retired. She worked for the city of Dallas for
All right, let's dive into this case. In Judge Vonda's courtroom, the Walker case begins under a heavy silence as the judge calls proceedings to order. Mr. Walker steps forward, immediately laying out a complicated family arrangement involving child support and shifting custody. The judge listens closely as something unusual surfaces right away.
28 years.
She worked? Ma'am, we do not need the extra. My bailiff, Mr. A.K.A. Fuller, he will make sure that you're escorted out of this courtroom if you cannot control yourself. Understood?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. You may continue.
So ultimately, the main goal of this case is that I want to move the child support from my ex-wife and then start
rightfully so. There's no reason she should still be getting any type of child support payments. Ma'am, Ms. Walker, have you been reallocating these payments that you're receiving from Mr. Walker to his mother?
Yes, Your Honor. I have receipts. I have everything. I've been taking care of my child.
What type of receipts are you talking about?
Receipts for me buying her food, clothes,
okay, shoes. That's called parenting. That's not child support.
Well, I'm using his money for the kid.
But the child does not live with you, correct?
Because of him.
That wasn't my question. The child does not live with you, correct?
Yes, that's correct, Judge.
Okay. Where is it that you are working right now?
Right now I am an office manager at Walker's Dentistry.
Office manager, okay.
Mr. Walker explains he has been paying child support to his ex-wife, while their daughter now lives with his mother. The judge quickly questions why custody has shifted outside both parents. He claims it was done to keep the child in the same school system after his promotion, prioritizing stability over relocation, but the justification raises more concerns than clarity.
That's what I do, Judge. I'm an office manager right now.
Okay, and how much is it that you make a year?
Maybe about $70,000.
$70,000, okay.
And I'm also a single mother.
Okay. Well, congratulations. There are a lot of single mothers in this world. So that's not information that we need in terms of calculating child support, okay? How many children do you have?
I have a total of 3. I have one with Mr. Walker, and I have 2 with my previous husband.
Okay. All right. Continue. What is your reason for this child living with his mother and you're receiving child support payments? And according to your testimony, you're giving the money to his mother. Is that correct information? Is she giving the money to your mother?
That is incorrect, Your Honor.
Okay. Is your mother here today?
She is not. My daughter's actually homesick with the flu. So she's at home with my mother right now.
Okay.
Judge, our daughter Kayla was living with me, and Blaine decided to come get her on the weekends. You know, everything was perfectly fine. She was getting along with the other kids in the house. So when Blaine started to come pick her up, and by the time he dropped her off, she would become so angry.
The ex-wife disputes the situation, insisting she has still been receiving and managing support funds for the child. The judge presses for proof as conflicting statements begin to build tension. She claims the money is being used for the child, presenting expenses, while Mr. Walker argues the child no longer resides with her at all. The courtroom splits between two completely different versions of reality.
She was fighting the other two kids, so I don't know if he was telling her things, but she would come back very...
Ma'am, that's more information than what I need.
Okay.
The bottom line is this. The child does not live with either of you, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And you're paying child support currently, but to Ms. Walker.
Correct.
And Ms. Walker, you are not paying child support at all.
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. You said you make $70,000 a year. Does that include any overtime or anything?
That includes overtime, yes it does.
Okay, so I have your gross at $5,833.33. Now after taxes are taken out, that comes down to $4,625.06. Who pays health insurance for the child?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, how much is health insurance?
For the past year, I've been paying $50 a month.
Okay, how often are you paid?
I get paid once a month.
So $25 a month, okay. And then you said you have two other children
and I pay mortgage and car note.
Ma'am.
The judge shifts focus to financial verification, breaking down income, custody, and actual living arrangements. It becomes clear the child is currently staying with the grandmother, not either parent. This single fact changes the entire structure of the case, exposing a mismatch between custody and support payments already in place.
He has the same expenses. That means nothing to me. Ms. Walker, your child support is going to be set at $707.28. That includes the $682.28 for child support and $25 for health insurance. Mr. Walker, your $500 payments will be reallocated to your mother. And as I stated, Ms. Walker, that $707.28 will go directly to his mother as well, since that is who the child is living with. Am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, is there anything else from either of you? If nothing further, you all are dismissed. Thank you.
After reviewing income and deductions, the judge recalculates the full child support obligation with precision. Payments are redirected to reflect the child's real caregiver, the grandmother. The ruling closes firmly. Support must follow the child's actual living situation, not outdated arrangements or assumptions, ending the case with a structured financial correction.
You all may be seated. Ms. Williamson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Okay, so we're here today because we both have a child together and we both have split custody, but lately she has not been around. She has not been able to help me with the child. She's been doing her own thing and I need child support.
I've been working.
That's not an excuse. This is your child that you gave birth to, that I adopted, and I'm spending more time with her than you are.
Insurance. I got a lot to pay for. Help y'all out, take care of the baby. Just because I'm not around, that means I'm bringing in the money.
When's the last time you helped us out?
I pay the insurance.
The baby got to eat. The baby need clothes.
Did I need to leave? I mean, I have to be here because I'm working, but if you all needed to keep talking, I could just excuse myself. But what did y'all want me to do?
I need help with getting child support because I'm not going to do this with her.
So now that I can help you with, because the going back and forth and all of that, that's not going to help your case, okay? So I understand your frustration, and I do have the court order that you provided, and it looks like child support was not ordered because you all agreed to have split custody.
Right.
Did. Okay, so that's changed.
Yes.
All right. How often, like how long has this been going on?
For about 3 months now.
3 months?
My job ain't easy.
The courtroom opens under Judge Vonda's authority, where a custody arrangement is already showing cracks. What was once a mutual split agreement has now turned into conflict as Ms. Williamson demands financial support. The judge listens closely as frustration rises on both sides, revealing a child caught in the middle named Sage.
Neither is mine, obviously, right? You'd agree that my job is not easy, right?
I mean, look pretty easy,
right?
Sitting down. I could do that all day.
Oh, okay. Right. We'll come back to you. No worries. Now, she is working. You're having the child, I'm assuming almost 100% of the time?
Correct.
Okay. All right. You adopted the child?
Yes. I
Okay.
adopted the
How
child.
old is this child?
She's only 6.
6? What is her name?
Her name is Sage.
Sage. Oh, she sounds so cute.
She is.
Now, is there anything else you wanted me to know before I move over to her?
Her reasoning when I asked her why she isn't spending amount of time that she's supposed to, since we do have split custody, is she's working. But when I go on her Snapchat and her Instagram, she's being flued out and in Miami, but yet you don't have time to spend with your child.
Why you all on my social media anyways?
Ma'am, everybody is on your social media, okay? So let's not act like you don't know everybody is looking at social media.
Well,
and you being, what do you say, flued out?
Yeah, she's being flued out.
Flued out for the week. No, I be at work and it be a lot going on. Y'all know what I have to deal with as a flight attendant with all these crazy people on this.
Okay,
airplane.
so are you being flued out?
The mother argues she has been left carrying nearly full responsibility for the child. She insists she works and manages expenses alone, while the father challenges her claims, saying he already contributes and questions her absence from the child's daily life. The judge quickly warns them their back and forth won't solve anything.
With your job as a flight attendant, or are you doing other things that require you to be away from work?
I'm working as a flight attendant. I mean, sometimes, occasionally I may have a little flued out situation, but most of the time I be working hard. I pay this $175 insurance. Like, at least I'm doing something. I do my part.
You pay a whole $175 in health insurance. What do you want for that?
Baby could be on Medicaid, but
you know what? That is a good point, but that's beside the point. At the end of the day, this is both of you all's child, which means that Sage is both of you all's responsibility, and you are going to pay child support. Since I'm just sitting up here, this is what I do. So how much money do you make a year? And make sure you're being honest, because I have your documents in front of me.
About $79,000.
I couldn't hear you.
About $79,000 a year.
$79,000 a year, and you want to be flued out and not give her anything for Sage? You came here to waste my time.
Tension escalates when social media becomes evidence. The father claims she is traveling and living freely while neglecting custody duties, while she defends herself as a working flight attendant with occasional travel perks. The judge redirects focus back to responsibility, reminding both that lifestyle choices do not erase parental obligations.
I'm about to go ahead and read these numbers off to you so you can pay child support.
Child support?
Yes, ma'am. Child support. That's right.
I'm going to have to pay insurance too?
Yes,
you
ma'am.
need to?
Yes, ma'am. You're going to pay. Yes, ma'am. You're going to carry the health insurance and you are going to pay child support. So, based on your financial documents and what you just testified to, $79,000 a year for salary, that makes your gross $6,583, brings your net down to $5,157.12. All right. How many children? Just Sage? Sage is the only child? Okay.
That I birthed for 9 months.
That you don't take care of.
You ain't carried for 9 months.
Excuse
you know
me.
what it is to carry a baby for 9 months.
Just because a dog had a baby, that don't make it the mother.
Excuse me. I'm talking. I believe I'm the judge. You all do not need to address each other. You have enough issues as it is, okay? So, again, I need you to pay attention to since you like to be flued out and stuff, I need you to pay attention to these numbers as they fly your way, okay? So, $5,157.12 is your net. One child, they bring your child support obligation to $1,031 and
Then the financial picture is brought into focus. The judge reviews official income records showing the mother earns around $79,000 a year. With custody now heavily leaning on the father, the judge calculates support obligations carefully, cutting through emotion and focusing strictly on legal responsibility.
42 cents. Well, let me go ahead and give you a credit for that $175 that you. It's not going to be much, so don't thank me yet. It's not. So, let's see. I give you credit for the 175. 658. Oh yeah, that didn't really help you out none. So, I mean, your child support obligation is still going to be close to what I just told you. So, $5,057.12, one child. Child support obligation is $1,011.
A month?
That's what I said.
$1,000?
Yes, ma'am. 1,000.
That's a whole rent payment.
You got it. That's what I'm saying. You got it.
You got it. You being flued out.
Okay. Well, did you get what I just said? Did you got
I heard you.
Oh, okay. Is there anything further?
No.
All right. Did you have anything further?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. You all are dismissed.
In the final ruling, the judge sets child support at just over $1,000 a month, along with required health insurance coverage. The message lands clearly in the room. Child support is not optional or negotiable. It is a legal duty tied directly to income, and Sage's needs come first, no matter the conflict between parents.